So I was cleaning out my YouTube inbox, going through old comments and messages and such, and I couldn't help but notice I was a dick when I was younger. Oh my lord. I've had this channel since roughly 2008. That's like, yeah, it was 8th grade, so I was like 14 or so. And I mean, some of these things I said is just like, wow, that is so not me anymore. And if I could meet that version of myself, I'd probably punch him in the face, because, good lord, I was mean. But aside from that observation, hey guys, it's Ryan, and today we have a pretty fun, yet pretty short OU battle versus someone by the name of BarreZ. I found him on the Showdown ladder, OU ladder, of course, and it was a very short, very fun game. Fun for me, probably not for him. You guys will see why in just a second. So let's get into the teams. I have an expert belted Tornadus incarnate form with Hurricane, U-turn, superpower, and oh god, what's his last move? Rain Dance. Just in case I lose Weather Wars. And it's pretty lovely. Speaking of lovely, I have a Jinx, a pro mono attacking Jinx with Substitute, Lovely Kiss, Nasty Pluck, and Ice Beam. And as you're going to see, she is going to be the MVP of this game. I've got a Rain Volcarona. I say Rain Volcarona because this set is designed for rain teams. It's got Quiver Dance, Bug Buzz, Giga Drain, and Hurricane. And it's actually pretty potent. And it does a lot of work to get set up. I've got an offensive Mamoswine with Life Orb, but it also has Stealth Rocks, and its other moves are Ice Shard, Icicle Spear to deal with Glass Cores that hide behind subs, and of course Earthquake for obligatory stab. We have a standard defensive Politoed, Scald, Protect, Perish Song, and Toxic, of course, and a standard defensive Rapid Spin Tentacruel, which also has Scald and Protect and Toxic Spikes, because I find those useful. On the original team, which I actually made, on Pokémon Online, the Tornadus was actually Tornadus Therian form with Life Orb, but I mean it had the same moveset, and yeah, that's pretty much that. The reason I have to use Incarnate is because Showdown follows Smogon tiering, so there you go. And that's pretty much it for my team. Looking at his, nothing really pops out as an immediate threat. Bronzongs can be really annoying if you let them, and so can Gliscor. Amoonguss is always annoying because Spore is just Spore, and Politoed, Tentacool, and Garchomp seem manageable because I do have a Mamoswine. But anyway, as you'll see, this game does not turn out like either of us planned, and it worked out hilariously for me, not so fortunate for him. And without further ado, let's get into this thing. So, I'm going to lead off with Mamoswine, and he is going to lead off with Politoed. Now, I want Rocks up, but at the same time, I'm not going to risk my Mamoswine this early. It's too useful, and I don't know what kind of Politoed this is. So I'm going to switch out into Tentacool to take whatever, because if he Scalds, I resist, and if he tries to Toxic, I'm part Poison, so I'll be immune to that, and we can go from there. Now, I see Scald here, so I'm thinking he's probably going to be standard defensive Politoed. And seeing he can't Toxic me because I'm the Tentacool, I'm going to go out into Jinx predicting the Scald again because he probably wants to get a burn. Now if he is defensive, I'm obviously going to be faster, and he knows that, so for some reason, I don't know why, he switches into Garchomp. That's right. He switched in Garchomp on a Jinx. Maybe he had the Yachi or something, I don't know. But either way, I'm going to go for the Lovely Kiss, put that thing to sleep, and that is a big ass threat put to sleep. So now I'm going to go for a sub as he switches into Bronzong. Pretty self-explanatory. And I know he's going to set up Rocks because I have 3 things weak to Rocks, and that's generally what Bronzong does. So I'm just going to go for Ice Beam because chip damage is still damage, and wearing that thing down is the only way to get rid of it. Because Bronzong is quite annoying. Excuse me, yawn there a bit. Anyway. I'm just going to stay in an Ice Beam again because I don't want to waste my sub, and I get a freeze. Ladies and gentlemen, this freeze enables me to do something I haven't for a long time. I'm going to sweep this man's team with this Jinx. That's right. As soon as I get the freeze, I go for Nasty Plot because I figure he's Bronzong and he's frozen. So I'm going to take advantage. And he doesn't try to switch out or anything, so if you let me set up, it's your own fault. So now he's going to make the switch into his Tentacruel, which can't do anything because I absorb stalls with Dry Skin. Rapid Spin won't break my sub, and he can't status me because I'm behind the sub already. So, yeah, this part of the battle is, like I said, self-explanatory. And from here on out, it's basically a straight Jinx sweep. It does get a bit stally here and there, but that's just because he tries to stall me out of Ice Beams with Protect at one point, and it just doesn't work out for him. Because, as you can see right there, I just got +6, so that's pretty much game right there as he tries to break my sub with a Rapid Spin. I mean, I know Jinx has abysmal, physical defense, but at the same time, you're not going to break it with a Rapid Spin from a Tentacruel. You know what I mean? But that's how that goes. So this man is going to be destroyed by Jinx, and I'm probably not going to talk about the battle, but instead I'll talk to you about something else. So the reason I'm not uploading as much as I thought I would be is because my classes are significantly more challenging this semester, and even though I don't have as much homework to keep me busy like last semester, I definitely have to study more if I want to make good grades again like last semester. So there you go. The time that would normally be spent doing homework is now being spent studying, and it sucks because I'm one of those people who've never studied a day in their life. So to actually have to sit down and review things just to like make sure I get the grade I want is different, you know? I don't really think I like it, but you can't do anything about it. It is what it is, you know, school is school, etc., blah. Yeah, excuse me. And what can you really do about it? I'm sorry if that goes in. This really is the most serious narration I've ever done. I'm sorry, you guys. But anyway, yeah, studying sucks, and I wish I didn't have to do it, but I do want good grades this semester. What else did I want to talk to you guys about? Oh, Pokemon Online, as it were, have made certain, what did they drop? They dropped Haxorus and Metagross to UU. You heard me right. Haxorus and Metagross are now UU on Pokemon Online. Two of the most, two of like some of the best Pokemon in the game, in my opinion, are now in the UU tier rather than the OU tier because of their usage statistics. Something similar like this did happen, and it was with Kyurem B, because again, usage statistics, this, that, and the other, so they drop it down to UU and test it to see if it's broken there. It didn't work with Hydreigon, and it sure as hell didn't work with Kyurem Black. So why on earth do you think that Haxorus and Metagross, two Pokemon that are still completely viable in OU, will be dropped down to UU, you know? To me that just seems broken, and that's why I don't really mess with Pokemon Online anymore, although I still will get on and play around on the ladder for a bit, because I still get to use my Tornadus T, which I think, I'm 50-50. I could see it going up to Uber because it's freaking Tornadus T and it kills all things and Regenerator and Hurricane shenanigans. But at the same time, like, it's not outclassed in Ubers, you just have to know how to use it properly. Whereas in OU you could just slap it on pretty much any rain team and it would just be good. But oh well. So there you pretty much have it. That's what's going on with me. Lots of studying and laughing at the shenanigans that is Pokemon Online, and that's kind of why I prefer Showdown these days. I don't know why. Also, I kept losing randomly, and I hated that. Does that make sense? Like, I would get opponents that were using weird stuff, or that were using standard teams but wouldn't make predictions, and I would just lose to them, and that genuinely got on my nerves. Because I can understand being outplayed, I find those games to be good, but I hate when you predict somebody to do something, and they just stay in or don't do it, and they're just like, oh, well, you know, I don't make predictions because I'm me. Oh, also, after I killed his Tentacruel, he just decided to forfeit because all his last remaining Pokemon were weak to Ice, and there was nothing he could have done. So, there you guys go. Rambling and a Jinx sweep. I mean, what more could you ask for, right? That's not too bad for one video. So yeah, I guess that's it. I'm probably gonna go record yellow version now, simply because I've been promising that to you guys for roughly a year, and it's really time I get it out. Or, you know, I could be stupid, make a sex joke, and be like, get it in. You see what I did there? Oh god, this is a terrible way to end this narration, so I'm just gonna stop talking. Rate, comment, sub, all that stuff, and hopefully you enjoyed this battle. With that being said, I will see you guys next time. Take care.